let's get this one underway. Nico and Tessa starting towards main, starting to filter back. There was no top pop. Now they're dealing with Yard.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Nico is going to have an engagement with that P250. Rez tasked with taking those initial engagements with Nico. ETR actually tugging the smoke and gets across. Nico choosing not to engage. A couple of shots from Unbreakable, but nothing connecting.
Okay, information flows. Now they need to rotate down towards lower. Torsen, lay on the piece and first death. Tessa's bullet straight between the eyes. KYOSUKE has rotated down, has the support of m0NESY. PR still a late piece through Hut.
That'll enable them perhaps to pivot. They're trying to sell this, get numbers. They've confirmed at least 2 towards the site. m0NESY undetected though. PR chipping in into Tessis, and here comes that pivot. Yeah, he's opened up the avenue. They've played this so restrained. Nico in the heavens is going to have a chance onto the vent rotation. Tip of their head. PR doesn't find it. One will go down, and it's going to be a retake. Top site. KYOSUKE maintains control of main. It's very heaven-centric. With no flashbang either. They're just going to have to flood into the site. Gamer Legion lie in wait. Rez with that P250 versus the USP. It's a fair fight. Dropping into the site and down. Good night. Straight headshot from Rez. PR, only the one. m0NESY needs to run him down. KYOSUKE under scrutiny. It's messy, and he doesn't find the headshot required. Nico gets the first tap. And now trying to run him down. Oh, ZTR playing naughty games with the door. Nico, door stuck! And he's got no time. NT from Nico. Gamer Legion take the T-pistol.
Okay, well, he's going to get to hold onto his Kevlar there, which means an M4 is available in this force buy for round number 2. But that is the opening kill for Tessas, but it's PR, the man highlighted on the screen there, keeping the options open, finding the gap towards the A site, and the team allowed to pivot up the vent. So they put their toe in the water towards B, but they make sure there's always a way to get back into this. Very well handled from Gamer Legion on the T side of their map choice. Oh, Nico's actually dropped the M4 to the young man, KYOSUKE.
Damn.
Given the vote of confidence here.
Yeah, immediately. Nico dropping your guns. That's already a sign of the amount of belief Falcons operate into the new edition. m0NESY and KYOSUKE going to start lower. Looking like top pop utility. KYOSUKE lining up the Molotovs.
Yeah, so those rifles are going to be out of the wrong place. This is going to be tough to get back into because as they walk up, they do have to worry about the smoke wall Yard that is going to start to dissipate. Here they come. It's going to be too little, too late, she cried.
Way too easy. PR again with these openings onto Tessis. He's got him in back-to-back rounds to open up A.
Oh, Nico respects it.
Yeah, he has to. PR already working his magic. A couple of opportunities for the Nico Deeg, but not so much for the rifles, as you discussed.
Saved. Give it a go into the next, see if you can find any damage. m0NESY and KYOSUKE definitely don't want to go down, and well, Nico has. So at this point, round over, 2-0 start. Very, very well done. And the big question marks for the roll cells out there is how is KYOSUKE going to be slotted in on this CT side? m0NESY biting off more than he can chew there. That one is ill-advised on the peak. Maybe trying to get himself going early, but gives away a rifle into the next. So Nico, traditionally the outside rifler.
Well, at this point, they are going to be calling upon him to make an impact. A saved M4. Smattering of Deagles and 5.7s.
How many bullets has he even fired yet?
Yard side, yeah, that's the question.
It doesn't even feel like he's had a chance in a fight.
Smoke wall and straight down. ZTR not scared.
Okay, so I love this. You think about it. The previous round, they threw that smoke wall. They didn't go. They did a top pop. This time, they drop it and silently. This is very important because right now the information isn't flowing for Falcons. They have no idea how many have actually crossed, and it is the lion's share with PR just as this lobby lurk. They will start to announce their presence, so there is confirmation. They did at least note 1 as a minimum. And they haven't rotated anybody down to B just yet. So Falcons, if they want to fight for this round, they need to get a little bit of a wriggle on. This is too easy. If you can avoid them, you don't have to worry about the firepower.
I mean, this is a sign of good game plan, good calling. There's the first bit of friction, and it's already way too late. Towson gets the bomb down.
Exits, I suppose.
And even that's not going to be easy to come by. You want to maintain that M4 into the next.
I'm surprised they haven't tried to get stuck in here and use the new loss bonus, or sorry, team reward bonus.
Just can't avoid PR. That's back three out of 3 rounds. He's met his fate at the hands of PR.
There we go.
Revenge.
First kill. Finally, he's on the board.
KYOSUKE gets his revenge for Tessis, and KYOSUKE actually has been put on notice down to 13. He'll be fine in the corner. Maybe m0NESY has a look with just his unarmored Deeg. Grab an AK, actually. Hello.
Thank you very much.
Oh, he doesn't survive. Okay, excuse me. m0NESY going down, loses the AK. It's an upgrade for his teammate, and we get going. Guns will come out.
Okay, so Torsen is just going to keep hold of this Famous, but the rest of his team with AKs or Galils, so all good in the hood. And Game Legion, this is a great start. Very technical map of Nuke. Up next we have Mirage, and then Dust 2 is the third decider if we need to get there. And there's a highlight of an exit kill of an opponent not looking your way. PR's one as well, that's to the tip of the tongue, right? He's a great find for
Another
Gamer Legion.
17-year-old. He's just getting much less hype.
I'm sure he had some offers throughout the break.
Yeah.
And will do at the end of the year as well. But here we go. Nico starting main. Heavy presence towards A. m0NESY's AWP in the mix. The same not to be said for KYOSUKE.
Wow, okay. Interesting approach for the top hold. TeSeS and m0NESY focus on a potential pace-changey hut explosion. Resmoke squeak. Pressure now being thrown out. Those late wall of smokes erected.
I think we can see the change of the setup. If this is what we can expect on the rifle rounds, KYOSUKE is playing ramp. So TeSeS, I guess, will take Magic's position of anchoring top, and then Nico gets to maintain yard. Light on util now for the defense on the CT side. We're at the minute mark, so 55 seconds of a whole lot of nothing. Baiting out util, calling through the nades. Now ZTR calls the go.
Oh, good find from m0NESY. Patience prevails on the hut fight. One slips through. He's not ready or prepared. It's nice from towson, but TeSeS, bit of damage. He found PR, gets his revenge in this one, but it's still an advantage for Falcons to close. No one's ready for him. KYOSUKE coming in from heaven with that recovered AK, and it is Falcons on the board with their first.
Okay, well done from m0NESY there. They felt like they had a very good idea. It was going to be that top pop. The fact that the AWP, that rotating piece, is ready and raring to go, as we do get a bit of a look there at the 17-year-old. This is going to be the talk of the town. Obviously, we have Zway, we've got Makazi, but for me, the question is, can we get another donk just a year later, obviously from the same academy? Yeah.
I mean, the question is not how he will perform, it's whether or not he'll be able to maintain the same level of performance we've grown to expect prior to his officials. Sure, you can do it in the Puggy realms, but will pressure get the better of you? At such a young age, I can't imagine a world where it... Well, actually I can, because Donk proved he can.
Yes. So it is possible, but you've got to be absolute freaks of nature.
Yeah,
You're in the ZywOo category.
Yeah.
They're going to test him over towards ramp. Doesn't have support right now. m0NESY could pipe down the ladder and be there, but it's all going to be the timing. So smoke starting to dissipate. m0NESY is there.
Yeah, and KYOSUKE lies in wait as well. m0NESY to draw them in, spots the shoulder, fires the shot. KYOSUKE on high alert as his teammate and support gets removed. Flash will delay them further, swinging into it, comfortable with the first, and a double kill. KYOSUKE has the bomb, hesitant to commit, and they do so. Nice headshot back from the Frenchman, but it's all KYOSUKE. Makes his announcement of his presence, a quad kill in defensive ramp, just like that.
Simple stuff, isn't it? He's going to love the way that one feels. They come his way, he's tested, and he just gets 4 kills, making it look simple. If you go and you watch his games, it's not... the mechanics is the thing we're really going to be putting under the test. Now you're playing in proper team-based Tier 1 Counter-Strike, but his mechanics don't waver. This is just aim map for him. And something that he does better than most is his movement, right? The way that he's, hitting the crouch, not saying full, just dodging those bullets, and it's been put under the microscope by plenty out there in the Counter-Strike realms, but that's a fantastic way for him to lock down ramp.
Yeah, I think the players, these modern era Counter-Strike players, have such a good understanding of the accuracy you have in those little dead zones, that right amount of velocity, and actually just dodging bullets in the actual duel. Straight Neo from the Matrix.
I've gone with a hero AK right now, Gamer Legion, so you want to make sure you get a couple of kills. Disallow the CT side bank balance to accrue too much early. So it's 2 rounds on the trot short. Honestly, noting multiple bodies outside. Now the boost onto red. Has to flick up into this and actually will be warded away with a couple of shots from towson.
Ooh, Nico tapping the head of ZTR very nicely. That's the PR response, though, and now towson's AK gets a chance. TeSeS, he braves it, takes the fight, and sticks around for more.
3 for PR so far.
Yeah, he's having a mad one on that Desert Eagle. Now recovers himself a little bit more. M4.
Bomb needs to be picked up. It's in no man's land right now, but there's so much time they can reset. 45 seconds, both down the vent. Now, they don't have a smoke, but there is a incendiary. This is going to be tough to really use to any advantage. I feel it's just going to have to swing and take the fights.
Yeah, but it's just ridiculous that it's got this close. PR is having a mad one to start for Gamer Legion. Unarmored Desert Eagle brought down after 3. KYOSUKE, however, in the meantime, that distraction has served its purpose. Nico will hear this momentarily. Yep. Bomb going to be planted uncontested.
Towson will be very happy for the bomb to go down. Lost bonus and an extra $600, but can he clutch this out?
Yeah, that's the question. He knows where they both are coming from. Walking towards m0NESY, good clear. It was all about that timing. If he could have just slipped around the corner, perhaps m0NESY overlooks him. Instead, Falcons recover from PR doing damage. It was nearly a PR disaster.
Yeah, and wow. Yeah, no Coldplay concerts around here. But Towson now gets 3.1 thanks to KYOSUKE getting the bomb down. I wonder if KYOSUKE brings out the AWP now for this T side. No, I can see him just investing straight into the AK. So Dicey put under pressure, and that's exactly what you wanted to achieve. Towson will just operate with a Galil. So everybody gets a rifle for Gamer Legion, and they get the damage that Ash and ZTR would have been looking for. So we're all tied up.
Towson's throwing spawn instas. Straight towards the cross. This is very fast. Look how quickly this is. Before he even gets to Red, Rez spotted by the break of m0NESY. Okay, at least that information is gathered, and so is the opening kill. PR put on his ass by KYOSUKE.
Well, that's the kill that you're looking for. PR. 9 frags to his name so far.
Ooh. Yeah, Kickston's found one. Rez has kept things alive for Gamer Legion. Nico, however, completely overlooked. ZTR, an attempted trade and damage down to 6 HP. That's Rez making a round out of it.
Okay, 2v2, very low sure, but still a chance to win this one.
KYOSUKE completely overlooked the potential of Rez underneath. Now Kickston on the rotate, a free one indeed. 6 HP, it doesn't matter. m0NESY, it's not the weapon you'd want for a clutch like this. Rez comes alive, announces his presence. He's certainly no slouch either. 3 kills from Rez. That was dire circumstances. When I see Nico's position and I see him overlooked, just like you, I can hear you saying, like, this round's done.
It feels like he should have had the second there, right, with the low HP into the mix, but no, that's not the case whatsoever. ZTR getting his first 2 contributions in that one, so the Swedes combining to put another round on the board.
And that was the duel that really made things awkward.
Here.
Yeah, awkward as well for KYOSUKE.
And they knew that Rez had to be down there because he got that kill through the puff of the smoke as they were entering, and they're fast again towards Yard, so pace, name of the game.
A preemptive smoke break. I loved it from Nico. It nearly worked out for him. He spots the cross. Towson and Rez are very quick to this, and the bomb to follow as well. Kickson, no utility, so just his M4 and timing. Oh, he gets away with it. Traded out by Rez.
So this early pressure is going to put a lot of emphasis right now on the rotations, and here he is again.
Yeah, owned. Rez, nice shot, double trouble. Opens up that B site. Diligent clearing from m0NESY, catches the lurk on ramp. That frees him up to focus on that B bomb site. KYOSUKE given that AWP to hold.
Worried about a second lurk piece there, Nico, so just clearing through. How does TeSS get into this? Well, he'll join them through ramp. They've got a little bit of utility to work with, but getting past the AWP, that's going to be the tough task.
Yeah, no kit right now either. Oh, spotted. KYOSUKE down to 12. Hanging on by a thread. Rez is low HP, but he's still hitting headshots. 4 kills from the Swede. Job done. Round 1. Nico just trying to get out with something. His life and an AK. That's the best he'll get out of this one. KYOSUKE by virtue of surviving.
See you later, guys. You're all gone.
Slate wipe clean. KYOSUKE not. 4 HP. The man brings his AWP through. But more importantly, Gamer Legion posting 5 T rounds. They are really just running rings around Falcons.
Yeah, very, very strong stuff so far. And it's great to see PR and Rez continuing the form that they had within Stage 1. They were the 2 highest rated players. It was PR, then Rez, then Poor and Sani. MIBR not being able to make it through to Stage 2.
Yeah, I mean, Gamer Legion made it look easy Stage 1, didn't they? Breezing through it.
That's bang on. It was a 2-0 against Complexity and then a 2-0 against VP. So neither of those names making it either. As here we go, pace changing to a top rush.
Yeah, okay. Towson, perfect weapon. Up close, but hang on, awkward. A flurry of CT frags with just the pistols. m0NESY gets his, Nico another, and now ZTR and KYOSUKE solve a very complicated puzzle. A two-man discrepancy. Weapons are falling into enemy hands as well. You can hear that audible Mac-10 reload. m0NESY snatches the AK and disappears down the vents. It's NiKo that's going to have questions asked of him here. Couple of missed shots on his jiggle out. No rush.
Yeah, bomb needs to be scooped up, and what you're hoping for if you're Gamer Legion is CTs have their feet planted, they're holding hard angles as opposed to jiggling, playing for info, and then rejigging the setup based off of exactly that. So KYOSUKE making a play in through main. Oh,
he spotted something, didn't he? I think just the tip of the backpack. Oh, okay, well, announces his presence. Tess is focused on ZTR in lobby. They know where they both are, and ZTR takes a bullet from the UMP. KYOSUKE missing his shot on that Heaven exchange. 30 seconds as he still looks to relocate.
Trying to go ramp is ZTR right now. There is a gap available, but m0NESY in the vent should be able to respond to things quite quickly. KYOSUKE, if he can get a kill on A, it might draw the rotation away so ZTR can plant, and can't hit it.
Oh, that was away back in, and now it just feels like an imminent Deagle body shot to seal the deal. ZTR finds himself underneath.
Just save.
Well, we don't want to give him an AK-47.
Yeah, not for free.
NiKo, however, takes KYOSUKE's AWP for a spin. And ZTR brings his AK through, but a gap closer from Falcons.
Okay, that one right there, you're going to be...
wrong?
Oh, they're just gone for a pace change into a top rush, and unfortunately for them, there was a bit of a stack. The initial kill was with the Deagle, then a USP chimes in, and then that part all falls apart. So if you're Ash, you're going to be a little bit upset that you don't win that type of a round, but you already have 5 rounds, T-half, your map choice, and it's nuke. So you're going to be content with that. If you end up losing the series, you end up losing the map, that sucks, right? You're not going to love the way that one tastes, but in the broader context of the game and the way things have been going, boys, we've been doing a good job. All right, we did a top rush. It didn't work. We played heads-up Counter-Strike. They hit a couple of nice shots. Let's wash that one away. Let's work out what our buy is going to be, and let's get back in because we can still have a mammoth first half of play. So ZTR with the save to AK. So Deagle's upgraded upon 1900 loss for them into the next. So this is where you just sit, you take a look at the money, you see everybody on the right-hand side of your screen hovering around that 2K mark other than ZTR. So with the 1900 loss, they'll be able to get that Galil's or AKs into the next. But remember, last time they had Deagles and a hero AK, PR got 3 kills. We'll see what he can do this time round.
NiKo. An AK-47 and long-range duels with m0NESY support. Oh, that's a very well-timed break. ZTR, a sitting duck. Knife out, your hero goes down first. NiKo, a composed tap to the face, removing Towson.
Gonna have to get the reload in, and they've been able to pick up the AK, so Rez puts that in his hands. Remember, just some damage. That's what you're looking for. Couple rounds left in the half, but you can still make it tough for Falcons down the stretch before the break. Now they will play the number advantage, so rejigging. Unbreakable for NiKo. m0NESY heads back towards CT. KYOSUKE on a passive angle towards ramp. Kicks in and Tessus towards top. So all good and no issues. If you don't give them the fights, they will have to force them eventually. I think for Rez, it might actually be more beneficial for him to hold on to the AK. But everybody heading down towards B, if they can get the plant.
Feels like they should be able to, right? No one from the CT side has acknowledged that potential.
Yeah, just playing retake and worried about them coming up through ramp is NiKo. So door's about to swing open. Here's the audible.
All right, now they get themselves moving. NiKo not going to be able to stop that plant. Trying to cover him is KYOSUKE. Hits his headshot. Rez as well. Combines. This is supposed to be a gimme round for Falcons. Now, 2 coming in from single door. Rez, no armor. Don't forget that aim punch is going to be brutal, and still a 1v3 handed to him. It still feels like it's impossible for Rez. Little fake plot on the defuse. m0NESY isolated. Rez actually doing it. Another is required on the fake. Kixer needs to win it and does so. It's tight on the defuse. Kixer's got the kit just in time. How expensive, how costly, how stressful was that one?
Wow, all right.
Little sigh of relief, I think. I read it. It was subtle, but it was there.
That's a 3v5. That really should not be going that way whatsoever.
And I just wanted to ask about like Counter-Strike science there. Is playing retake when you know they've got low econ, you know, and you've got a two-man advantage? Why isn't there just someone like hanging out behind dark boxes or just like listening with his knife out somewhere?
I didn't hate the fact that they allowed them to get the plant, right?
It was the kills.
I just think that it wasn't a coordinated effort to then retake the site. It was Nico and KYOSUKE on their lonesome without any trade potential. Well, they were each other's trade potential.
Right.
And that didn't go as they had planned.
Yeah, Rez is looking like he's in it to win it with PR as well. They're matching the individual prowess. 5T rounds, as Chad continues to remind us, is already a very good haul. Will Falcons be able to resuscitate with 7-5?
Yeah, that would feel like a nice cushion. Not a comfortable one.
No, but it's still nice. It's better than no cushion.
You like the way it looks?
Yeah, yeah. You still have to take it off before you get into the bed, though.
We'll see if it's practical or not.
Oh, a little bit of a glimmer. Spotted out. ZTR, his position noted, and he's still brave enough to make a cross. KYOSUKE's asking questions of Trophy, and that's some precision. Straight headshot. Rez distracted, worried about one, and instead it's Tessus with the other. Pushing Hut, walking in, easy frag. m0NESY, great awareness as to the potential for the gap and for the exploit of PR. Now ZTR finds himself in a weird state of affairs. Towson essentially spawn.
Save again, because
PTRB.
Yeah, just hold on to these. Next round's only 2,400, and that is the last round to play. So you're going to want to have some rifles, and this will help you get there. At least give you something a bit more punchy. So Falcons ward them away yet again. And that's make sure that their money doesn't end up in squalor for the final round of play of this first half. Also want to remind everybody, we do have a secondary stream running in conjunction with this one. You can go check out G2 on debut with their new roster. Saw taking over the coaching duties, Sampaius the new AWPer, and Mattis, who those might remember from having a tattered mousepad as well as being in Fnatic. That one is going quite well against Furia at the moment, I would say. Bit of a luxury there to have the T-side Molly be able to get that. Oh, well.
Would have been nice.
Would have been great. Still, burns of smoke.
Yeah, you're right.
So this is it. It's going to be ZTR throwing the smoke wall outside, highlighted by our lovely OBS. Rush the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then they're going to pop into top. So does Torsten try and peer through that into main? Yes, he does. He's ahead on the timing.
Oh, they're not prepared. Tessus just about finds the head. Somehow, given the angle he had, PR though, through for the belated trade. Needed the double up. Gixon denies. Pushing in. Tech9 goes down. What a spray from Gixon. Standing in the flames and delivers in mass quantity. Well, Nico's making no secret of where he is. He says, come and get me. Down the vent, up the ladder, firing shots. He ain't scared. And KYOSUKE ready to finish off the job. Not able to do so. Kersey first at the clutch, but m0NESY locks it in for a 7-5 half. It's a cushion. It's not comfortable, but they can work with it. Coming into the second, we'll see if they can keep this undefeated spree. How many maps can Gamer Legion run before they meet defeat? 7-5. Falcons have the edge, but T-Pistol, not a guarantee.
And a lot of utility brought in for Falcons on this one. So door naded off. Exchange of smokes, dropping down the vent in case there is the potential. And the knife in the hands from Torsten. So here comes the second wave. Oh, it's a fake. They're going ramp.
Okay, yeah, going to test PR. He's been having a pretty damn hot hand. Kersey still manages to put m0NESY down despite that instant deletion. Keeps it level. They're quite spread out, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they've used all that util to essentially keep the boots planted over towards A, and that's exactly how this one has fallen in. Now it's about the finish. So it's not going to be the nades. It's just going to have to be grouped up and trade heavy. 2 down towards B. PR backside. If Torsten can bait, then PR activates.
Yeah, that would be ideal. If he gets one and then dips away, misses his chance now. PR does try, gives it a good go. They both get theirs, but hang on. KYOSUKE with 3 and more available. Kazi got it in him. Nico and KYOSUKE to bring this one home for Falcons. A triple already. And another tap, this time from Nico. One bullet from the USP puts down ZTR and puts Rez into an uncomfortable one. Head-to-head duel, he heard the step, he knows where you are. Goes both ways. Pre-firing, deleting, and now all up to the 1v1. Rez, he seems to have a good idea. He's expecting Nico towards the dark position. Process of elimination, clears it through, doesn't.
Be two MAC-10s. Rifles for the other three up against the force of Game Allegiant. Scout, MP7, and some 5.7s. As diagonal smoke wall dotted in. KYOSUKE playing over the top. The only way to get past safely would be to play close to that smoke wall.
And it isn't Nico working yard.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep tabs on the T side as well, I suppose.
KYOSUKE's playing it very passive, doesn't have support, doesn't want to give anything up, and KYOSUKE missed opportunity with the first scout. Quick pivot, look at this, they know they want to have their numbers in the right place, and so a full gamble down towards this B site, and already damage being inflicted, now combined, Rez and PR. Working together to get the job done. Somehow the bodies keep dropping, just tapping away, whittling away at the Falcons. And it all falls to the new kid on the block. Weapons to be retrieved. ZTR scavenges away the AK as he descends in the vents. An audible retreat from KYOSUKE. He's got 40 seconds to try and save Falcons, to save face.
I don't know how you win this.
Yeah, I don't see a world. They're above him. They're everywhere.
He might just save.
It's probably not a bad idea. $0 in his bank account. An unwinnable 1v4 ahead of you. Do you want to give another AK to the mix?
He's
in two minds. He is in two minds right there.
Leering forward, having a look, doesn't get anything, and he's just going to back off towards Secret and save. But that was feeling way too easy for Game Allegiant. They had so many bodies down towards B to deal with that, and the 5.7s once at that range, nobody was willing to make space there. I'm not sure which player it was exactly pushing along the railing, but nobody would swing, and you can see the corpses now littered over towards this window side. That's a really poor round to lose there, and I think ZTR knows exactly that, wants to let him know.
Yeah, well, I mean, those are the kind of rounds that, you know, they can compound into tilt. It did come a bit too easy. Look at the fights. They're not glamorous. They're not, you know, incredible aim or instant deletion. That's just a 5.7 and combination.
And they've gone into the stack. So unlike Ash and ZTR's T-half, where they just completely outmaneuvered the Falcons, Falcons have just walked straight into the stack.
Yeah, a little run boost move from Falcons. Coordinated parkour, Cirque du Soleil style, to try and set him up for an opening versus what would have been KYOSUKE. He's playing it passive with his scout, though, just playing for info.
Now, this is Game Allegiant's opportunity to tie the game. I understand that one round would only make it 8-7, but it will force Falcons most likely onto the save. Kicks him back towards spawn to throw out a smoke wall. Nico on silo, so this is just hoping to force some rotations, or at least keep them in the dark.
KYOSUKE got naded down there, softened up. They put the AK on his shoulders, and, well, he doesn't get much done with that save.
Should be able to get this back because it is in the smoke.
Ooh, he actually knows that's what they're greeting for. PR! Outrageous moves.
Wow.
Such diligence.
Yeah, this kid definitely doesn't have the same level of shine to his name, but the delivery that we've seen out of him, he's fantastic too.
He's playing it so well, manages his angles, composed on the aim, and finishes it off. And fourth as well. Quad kill from PR, and that's not his first.
17 and 13 right now.
I mean, incredible, impeccable. And up against a stacked roster, Nico performing up to par as well with 16.
And just to draw a couple more parallels, right? You think about there was a saved AK and some Deagles that were in the first half for Game Allegiant, and they got a lot of damage out of that round. They put a lot of stress on Falcons. This is all, well, sorry, 4 out of the 5 staying alive. So very few dents being made, not stressful scenarios, just heads up Counter-Strike, and here it is. This is going to be a drawn-out eco from Falcons to allow the siphonage of utility. But all in all, we'll just be seeing them playing on T-roof, using it as a jungle gym. I guess this is a good time as well to reflect on what we had seen from Falcons in the previous season with Magisk in the roster. You had Tesses, who would be supporting outside from silo. Nico would be heading yard, as we'd all expect. You'd have Magisk in lobby, having to worry about ramp. Kicks in, throwing a lot of the utility towards yard, and then m0NESY has that flex piece.
Yeah, understandably.
So we'll see in that anti-force round, KYOSUKE was outside, so we'll see if he finds himself out there again, as this is a pantomime round.
Yeah. I have to make the sounds, actually. I have to provide them. Hang on. Sounds really realistic, I think.
I think, yeah, your practice has been paying off, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, Eco, done, dusted, and we're all tied up 8-8. So let's see, down the stretch, Gamer Legion. Are you going to keep up this level of play? It is the quote-unquote easier of the sides, and Torsen will even upgrade away from that MP7, so rifles are plenty.
This is going to be a very telling round, okay.
What's the opener for Falcons? Is it to let your players play, which would be half of the course, is KYOSUKE going outside, so...
He's going to meet Rez. They're going to have a head-to-head here. Looks like Rez wants to fight. Backing his aim, and KYOSUKE prevails.
Are they really going to try ramp? PR, he's on the boost. It's with the AK.
Why does it feel like we want another PR quad kill coming in? Anti-flash, telegraph. Does he go? First is good. Quick trade. Towson in response, though, strafes in to support. Oh! Love that. Relentless in their pursuit of the trades. Kersey gets another. Now, KYOSUKE, he actually seems aware of ZTR's potential positioning. Oh, didn't diligently clear it. And so his back is turned and he goes on down. Gamer Legion erupt. Massive round from Towson. Picks up the slack that PR left.
Yeah, it felt like hell was a bit of a clown card.
Simple for Kixon. Imagine.
I thought you meant the smokes, because he made him look
He did?
exactly that.
I really liked the instance they were throwing. Gamer Legion had their own approach. Very cheeky. All right.
You need to get some value out of this partial.
Well, there's a clear game plan, like a kind of second wave of smokes. Already, there is a body down there. And they remain silent, not announcing their presence. However, Rez is on very much high alert. He's just playing for info. Jump spot. KYOSUKE gets one deagle shot, and it's actually not going to connect. Kixon has elsewhere, though. Does that pivot them? Yeah, it looks like it will.
They got time to work with, so starting to get decent output. Another kill, maybe a plant. You'd be very happy with that.
Oh, but yeah, they're right to assume that Rez might have got a little more active, a little further forward, a little more vulnerable, susceptible. How does he play this? An important trade. KYOSUKE delivers. Bomb going down towards that B bomb site. Like you said, another kill, a plant. Is that plant a reality? Looking good to do so.
Honestly, just has to hold vent and they win the round. Well, they're in. So,
holding vent.
Avenues for the retake are available.
Okay. CTR's allowed to slip through. Late ramp arrival from Towson. Tess has just looked away, averts his gaze, and he gets punished for it. Attention drawn. CTR pokes his nose out, closes the door, gets another. A little bit of fakery, a little bit of trickery. Bomb is still ticking, though. Pressure on. Despite the man advantage, they still have to get onto that bomb defuse. CTR gives it a tickle. Swings on in, found by Kixon. Rotting that clock. PR swings in. Headshot from Monacy. The win is theirs. It's all theirs. Falcons steal one back.
Do you know, I actually believe that became more confusing for Falcons because walking in after you take down Rez, Tessus gets the ramp space. It seems too good to be true that there isn't somebody else on B. You're thinking, wait, if they're playing in this configuration, why is there not somebody else already down here? And that's why I said all they have to do is hold vent. But
right.
The expectation from Falcons is that there has to be a couple more bodies down here to deal with this. So very well done. I said they needed to get a value add out of that partial buy and to be able to tie things back up 9-9 and now put the CT economy in a rougher position, that's for sure, is a great way to kick things off.
Okay. KYOSUKE on the warpath. Aggressive AWPing from Kersey, trying to subvert the expectation in front of that trophy smoke.
So they haven't really got what they were hoping for because Rez will still see the secret cross very early. He's that canary in the coal mine. So there's nothing outside. It's more if they're pivoting in front of that, and there's also bodies who are currently glancing in that direction. Kersey forward with the AWP can also segregate this top pop.
Especially if it's the bomb coming in last. Sure, you got the opener. Oh, he's missed it! Monacy allowed to escort the bomb in. Tessa's double entry. Hang on. Maybe, just maybe, this 2-on-2 still has legs for Gamer Legion, despite the shortcomings of the AWPer. He gets another. Doesn't use that nade to break the smoke. It does insignificant damage to Monacy instead. KYOSUKE from heaven, an audible step, peeking into m0NESY, missed shot, he's had a few of those. Draws attention, res is expected. KYOSUKE controls. And KYOSUKE got to try and get out of there before m0NESY hunts him down. Convincing sequence from Falcons to finish. Would have been a whole lot harder if you lost the bomb in lobby.
Yeah, look, under the pressure to hit those shots. We even had a seasoned vet like Device yesterday just missing quite a few as well. So this is TeSeS breaking in. Beautiful work from him onto ZTR, and he's not even seeing his opponents, is he?
That first one was smoke wallbang. The second one was flash smoke wallbang. Yeah.
So a buffer of 1 round right now from Falcons. Would quickly become 3 if they can wipe the board in this one. m0NESY's orb towards Yard. How do they respond to the smoke wall? It's up again, a ramp push. Rez and PR taking a little bit of space. KYOSUKE will get nothing for the Trumbles with the HE.
Rez and PR, a reaction to that absence of information, and ZTR's MP9 works out. Walks into Squeak, finds his. KYOSUKE on the pixel, finds m0NESY. Back of a Gamer Legion timeout, and they are laughing. Starting strong with 2.
Okay, this is... Oof. I don't love the approach. They could have just used the smokes to get across secret and then try and find a finish. NiKo's actually picked up the AWP, and they're going to keep searching for fights.
Hoping for an overextension. KYOSUKE, ooh, leg shot through the corner. Very nice shot, puts him on 8 HP. KYOSUKE low. KYOSUKE ensures he's put lower. Oh, you know, NiKo should have a window of opportunity for that fight to go his way, but now this one's cooked.
Maybe the best KYOSUKE round yet.
Yeah, most definitely. That's a lot of impact felt.
And
round 1
stops the CT economy from getting broken at this point of the game. So just kicks in. He's not really going to have too much to say in a round like this. And yeah, I just think use the smoke wall, get down. You're in a 3v5 disadvantage, change the playing field. But instead they backed themselves. They thought, all right, well, we're better than these guys. Let's just shoot. And unfortunately, you get nothing.
And you're most definitely getting nothing when you look at this setup, this jiggly setup between the Rez and PR crossfire. You're not getting in. Kingston doesn't even try.
I just like the I guess, timing that Gamer Legion used in that round. So they had Torsen and ZTR both in 2 minds. Or maybe not in 2 minds, in the ability to do either option. If we do now start to get some friction in lobby, we can always still drop back and hold top. If we're ready to go with our ramp players, we can pincer into lobby, they get that kill onto TeSeS for free, and then the rest of them marooned outside, and then they don't even need to worry about the rotation. Because if they had just piped down secret quickly, then it's, oh, we need to go back, we need to drop down, who's the one going to respond to it? No, they just stood outside, they fought the AWP, they gave away multiple casualties, and now Zonic has given another 30 seconds for Ash. So Kingston saves the AK. KYOSUKE able to buy an AK of his own. TeSeS in with a Galil. m0NESY will have enough for a Galil or an AK, depending on the util requirements. Then NiKo might just be down to a Deagle. Seems to be his weapon of choice when he can't get the AK-47. And yeah, m0NESY just completely unawares of that. He was scoped in, but angle advantage to KYOSUKE.
Yeah, massive round from the new addition to Gamer Legion's ranks.
Oh, TeSeS is going to take the bit of pill of the Deagle. Gives NiKo a Galil. So finances will be the conversation. One of these 2 teams getting broken at this point might spell disaster in the end of the map.
Behind this smoke wall lies the Falcons trio. They slink silently into this double secret.
Oh dear.
Oh, they're re-aggressing. Get your knife away, boys. They're coming for you. m0NESY gotta get more than one. The Galil connects, and so does NiKo's. That's a big one. TeSeS, that Desert Eagle needs to find something here. At least if just confirming the presence of PR on ramp. Cut down to half HP. Kingston anticipating this re-aggress with a fake runaway. Strafes out wide. PR not going to be caught off guard by that. A quick reaction shot from him puts us back into an even keel. Howson's unknown. He's actually starting to investigate into that Deagle, and TeSeS confirms, okay, 1 ramp, 1 hut.
Yeah, so do you want to brute force into B right now? You should. Smoke drop forward. That will force the rotation. PR heads down. Needs support before he can give this one a go. KYOSUKE not too far behind. m0NESY would love to punch in the digits and will.
NiKo's got a nade. That would have been the end of PR had he thrown it now. Perhaps a bit late. Yeah. 6 HP. Towson, set for success. Ooh, the FAMAS betrays. Monacy delivers. That's his second. Very trying times now for KYOSUKE and PR.
You had a smoke. Maybe there could be a chance. But
it feels
right
like
now,
KYOSUKE's just said, yeah, sorry, mate.
Yeah, you're on your own. And PR, he's circumnavigating the site, just making sure that everything's in order. Yep, the buttons still work. And yeah, this nuclear reactor will go off. I better get out of here.
Hello. What are you doing over there?
I liked the fact that we just saw from KYOSUKE that he's willing to jump.
Yes. Yeah, that was cool.
It's like, okay, so you don't always have to be setting me up with the swing. I'm willing to put my life on the line, to trade it, and he knows he's got quality around him. So saving the AWP.
So this is what we see. We see KYOSUKE being the bait, Monacy and Nico cleaning up and cleaning house. That's that trio 1 yard working magic to put 11 on the board for Falcons.
So with both teams towards the bottom of the barrel as far as the loss bonus is concerned, this will just be back and forth, and you're likely to see more saves, but there's not many rounds to work with. MP9 for PR, auto shotty for Towson, ramp pressure for Tessus.
Yeah, okay, Tessus, he wants to ask questions, and not bad from PR, still gets his. Sure, ramp lost. Tessus, however, really has had a rough time on Nuke versus PR. His nemesis, ZTR. Puffs up his chest, trying to deter the finish on B.
Yeah, it's a balance there between restraint and getting into the site to give yourself a better position to work with, but he will need support, and quickly.
He's going around. Diligent util, everything covered.
Remember the loss bonus. If they don't get this one done, they might have to save.
Ooh, breaks the smoke, exposes himself, does not deny the plant. KYOSUKE gets it down. Auto shotgun on the retake.
Yeah, maybe if you're Towson, hang around to do some damage, you get an upgrade, but for the other two, definitely hold on to the AWP and the M4. This is 12 now. Falcons on debut with a new boy. Hasn't been easy. No one said it was meant to be. This is their opponent's map choice, and they're only 5 kills away from getting the job done. This round is secure, safe and sound.
Yeah, I mean, it's stark contrast, right, to that messy one we saw against the 5-7s. Just waltz into the site, diligent util. Shotgun does find himself a chance at an upgrade if KYOSUKE can do that, though it's denied. KYOSUKE gets away with his AWP. And Towson doesn't get that upgrade. Gets that shotgun taken out of his hands. Ash trying to G up the boys. They need two
can't
consecutive...
take the timeout, can he?
No, sir.
That's the best he can do. Some claps, a couple of words of reassurance.
Maybe some eye contact.
Well, look, let's return to the second round of this half. They were able to win it with a lot of 5-7s, right? So there's no reason that they can't win with some lighter upgrades. That's already been shown within this. But if this map does fall in favor of Falcons, I'm looking at round number 18. I'm looking at Kixon getting an entry with a Tech 9. And I'm looking at them snatching away around and throwing Gamer Legion off kilter.
KYOSUKE, aggressive AWPing. Molly, frag perfectly placed, and they're being held, but Nico goes down. It's a big shot, and he gets away as well. Opening kill. Perfect in their pursuit of 2 consecutive. Hamstrung are the Falcons. KYOSUKE down. Rez, perfectly placed crosshair.
No question about his aim and PR as it continues to deliver. KYOSUKE now rotating towards ramp. Looks like they'll have company. Monacy, Tessus, and then the late piece of this being Kixon. The 3 of them need to fight forward in this 3v5 scenario.
I presume Monacy's going to flash for this. Here it comes. Tessus just jiggling around. Spotted a shoulder, baits him in. Monacy brings him down. Okay, that's awkward. That's a clawback from Falcons.
How much info did they get? Because they don't know if anybody slipped down secret. You can see ZTR's position. He has no idea. He's playing so safe. And he only has that SMG in his hands.
They're making the wiser of the 2 options here. They are walking into the less guarded site. You want to remain silent, not announcing your presence, and be diligent on your clears. And ZTR, a tight angle, favoring an MP9 perhaps. Here we go, announcement of presence. ZTR readies himself. PR has made it down towards Decon as well to be disruptive. A jumping MP9. Monacy removes PR though. ZTR a little late on the draw. Nade on his face. Run on down. And this one all falls to Towson. MP9 at range. Tessa should have the distinct advantage here, but Towson wins it out, finds the M4, can win this, can save Gamer Legion. Falcons fall, it's at the hands of Towson. Massive clutch to keep him in it.
Good grit, good determination right there to stay in that.
Desert Eagles in priority in pursuit of nades. Run boost for m0NESY this time to set the AWP up for a little opening gambit. Rez wise to the potential for an AWP, using that smoke to relocate. m0NESY finds that elevated angle, albeit a little late. KYOSUKE tasked with an early B hold. If they try and go down secret stairs, he will be that canary in the coal mine. Starts to probe. Asking questions of Red Container. I think he may have spotted the shoulder of KYOSUKE. He puts him down.
Another man advantage, this time not two immediately. So
and another opening back-to-back rounds from KYOSUKE.
This is perfect from PR. He should have two.
Oh, just as he throws his nade. That's exploitable. Tessus has a go. Nico quick to the trade. Freebie for m0NESY, or save free. Damn, Rez even finds the headshot just before he goes down. So a 3-on-3 with an aggressing AWP. Oh, KYOSUKE had the chance. That was the bomb carrier and only a deagle for the captain.
Overflicked.
Yeah, and the body shots, he's going to be remiss about that one.
ZTR's loud. m0NESY's heard this. They know exactly where he is. m0NESY will have heard this, and that'll be that. 13-11. Falcons get the job done.